Hi Pisces, and welcome to your June predictions reading. This reading is intended for Pisces Sun, Moon, Risings, or those who have strong Pisces placements in their charts. So if you're not a Pisces and you are here cross-watching, you're more than welcome to stay. I just need you to know that I'm a very honest reader, so you may hear or see something that you do not like, and you have been warned. So today, this is going to be a general predictions reading. If you're looking for more of a love predictions reading, I do have a mid-May to mid-June predictions reading for Pisces up, and I'll be doing the mid-June to mid-July readings in a few weeks as well. I usually release those just before the 15th of every month. So let's get into it, Pisces. We got a lot to talk about. I'm going to start by pulling 3 oracle cards from here, which will tell us the 3 main themes that you can expect to experience in the month of June. What is Pisces themes for June, please, Spirit? What are Pisces themes for June? What are Pisces themes for June? Okay, that came out pretty quickly. The back of the deck, sweets, we have the Sun card reversed. You're not the only water sign that had this, so it could just be a collective energy right now. But that Sun card reversed is a feeling of not getting your needs met. It feels like sometimes we're putting down what we want, we're suppressing it and kind of putting our personal needs on the back burner a little bit in order to appease other responsibilities or other expectations in our life. That Sun reversed could also indicate you're having trouble expressing your needs to somebody in your life in June as well. We'll see what comes out with Tarot, where we'll get more specific and we'll be getting advice as well. Just to quickly touch on your themes, the first card that came out for you was the Virgo card, and this card tells me that you guys are going to be in contemplation mode about something. You're thinking about it, you're analyzing it, the information is stewing over in your head, and you're kind of hitting a point, Pisces, where you want to take time because there seems to be on the other end of this a decision that you need to make. And this decision feels very much like you're closing one door and you're stepping towards the other. Now, June for you, I feel like you're inevitably going to have to step forward and close that door. But I also see that for some of you, you're not going to do that in June. I see that for some of you, you're going to wait until you feel ready. But June is certainly going to put you in deep contemplation mode where you're like, wow, this is ending and I need to figure out what I'm doing next. Now, the other thing about this heavy Virgo energy is you feel highly analytical. You feel like you're scrutinizing something about yourself here. It could be your fitness situation or your health situation with Virgo, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. The overall energy I'm getting is that you're very heavily scrutinizing something here. I want to talk about that more with Tarot to get more specific, but let's have a look at your next theme. We have the 11th house. This is saying that there could be some issues with friendships. In June, you could be saying goodbye to certain people, or certain friendships may be transforming in June. We may even be reinventing relationships and kind of testing the waters here to see, are we more than friends, or should we be redefining this? The main reason we seem to be doing this with the 11th house reversed is because we're questioning where we're headed. You seem to be getting ready for a huge reinvention, Pisces, and some of you have already started this, whereas others are slowly getting there. You're all kind of on different timelines here, so it's a bit tricky, but I see the goal here is to reinvent yourself, and you're trying to figure out how fluid you want to be, how ready and radical you want to be, while others of you are being very cautious and slow. This feels very similar to my collective reading that I did, my live stream. So if you feel called to, if you think you have more messages elsewhere, check that live stream video, and the timestamps can help you out too, so you don't have to watch the whole 2 hours. Now, the other thing about this 11th house reverse energy is you feel pressured to do this. Because it's reversed, it's either a situation that you feel like you have to do because somebody's put the hard word on you, or you feel like it's literally getting to that moment where it has to be addressed. I see most of you not wanting to do this. You're not comfortable with the level of change this reinvention process is going to require, but it feels like you're between a rock and a hard place here. So what can you do, you know? Lastly, we have the 3rd house in the reverse position. So I'm seeing a lot of messages about friends and community here. Between the 11th house and the 3rd house reversed, you could have some issues in your friend circle. You could be moving, and that's why you're feeling like you're disconnected from your friends or your friend group. But I think with the 3rd house reversed, there's something here that is causing you to feel slightly isolated and alienated. Because Virgo's upright and these two are reversed, you seem to be very careful and solo in June. Even if you have a lot of people around you, there's certain things that you're keeping to yourself that you're struggling to share with key people. The 3rd house reverse could be that some of you are separating yourselves from too many social influences, and you're just sort of focusing on a tight inner circle rather than a very huge sort of large social circle. But I also see the 3rd house as blockages in communication or information, which could be causing delays and issues as well. Let's have a look now more specifically with tarot, starting with that Virgo theme for Pisces, please, Spirit. What is happening with the Virgo theme for Pisces? Excuse me. What is happening with the Virgo theme for Pisces in June? Okay. We have the Ace of Discs. We have the 9 of Wands. Is there anything else you can tell us about that Virgo theme for Pisces, please, Spirit? We also have Temperance reversed. Back of the deck is the Tower. So you're having to think about something that has recently happened for you. With the Tower reversed, it's either it's already happened or it's still happening, and you're trying to figure out how to solve the issue. It feels chaotic. It feels like a crisis situation. It feels like the world's sort of crumbling around you. Something that you thought was quite stable and that you thought you could kind of continue doing it for a while is starting to look very unstable, and the truth is kind of coming out that, wow, this can't last for much longer. So what am I going to do about it? Well, with the Ace of Discs here and that 9 of Wands upright, you are thinking about how to work with the energy that you've been given. I still feel like this is something that's taking a lot from you. You're having to put a lot of effort into this. You see a lot of potential in an opportunity here that could maybe help you get away from your Tower moment. But the opportunity that you're being offered, it's something that you have to create yourself. Like, it's not something that's just being handed to you on a silver platter. It feels like you have to put yourself out there and really prove that you want this, really sort of fight for it with that 9 of Wands. The other reason you could be getting this opportunity with the Ace of Discs is because you're not giving up. You're refusing to bow out. You're really putting your all into this. And that's why you're getting an opportunity. However, I think that that 9 of Wands is saying the reason why you're spending a lot of time thinking about this in June is because you want to be careful about what you invest in. You don't just want to give your all to something that's just going to fall apart like the Tower. So you're constantly reflecting, contemplating, and re-strategizing with that 9 of Wands. Is there a better way to do this? Am I making the right decision? Is this the journey that I want to be on? Is this the direction that I want to head towards? With Temperance reversed here, sweets, I feel like this Virgo energy is saying at the end of the day, you may need to pull some things apart in order to get that stability back. So I do see changes. I see shifts. I see a separation of energy here. You physically moving and distancing yourself away from something in order to gain stability. Now, Temperance reversed is also talking about a heavy sense of frustration, because no matter what you're trying to do here, you just don't seem to be met with that outcome that you want. So re-strategizing and going back to the drawing board about this in June, and you don't seem to want to give up. You're really trying. So let's have a look at your advice here. What is the advice for Pisces with Virgo, please, Spirit, with that Virgo theme? What is the advice for Pisces? What is the advice for Pisces? Thank you. Okay, at the back of the deck we have inspiration. So as advice, I feel like Spirit is saying, listen, you don't need to be stuck like this. This chaos should not be persisting. You're being given hints and information that things can be different for you. And I feel like you're feeling you could get inspiration on what to do through somebody else's experiences or journey. It's just about finding what's the word? A sense of familiarity with there being other ways of doing things, other solutions and other outcomes for you. We have friendship and answers coming out for you in the reverse position. These two cards tell me that your connection to somebody could be complicating your ability to choose what is best for you. You're really being careful about what you commit yourself to because you're thinking of how somebody else is going to react here. This could be a friend. This could just be an important person in your life. With friendship reversed, don't be afraid to kind of do what is best for you here. It feels like you need to consider yourself and only yourself here, because it's not like you're going to necessarily lose someone, but I do see this process freeing you up and temporarily separating you from certain things in your life. And listen, you are going through a tower moment, so the shit is hitting the proverbial fan. There's only so much you can do to hold the fort down. The fort is crumbling around you. So for some of you, it is time to let go of someone who you've been putting above yourself here and denying your own answers for the sake of that friendship, connection, relationship. With answers reversed, I feel like Spirit's advice here is to pay more attention to what you know and to what you're being given by ways of opportunities. I think that you need to be very clear in what you ask for and what you say and how you communicate with answers coming out, and just be aware of the fact that you have a lot of opportunities. So what you're seeking may be different to what finds you with answers reversed. You could be asking a question of, what am I going to do next in my life? And having a very specific idea when actually what comes your way could be very different to your specific idea. So stay open-minded there with answers reversed. We also have courage upright, which tells me that at the end of the day, that Nine of Wands energy is you really fighting for your right to be able to move forward here, for your ability to be able to seize an opportunity to plant seeds. So don't give up at the end of the day with courage. Your biggest advice here is to not give up. The tower is crumbling. It is time to abandon ship and to find something better to invest in. So let's have a look at that 11th house energy now. What is going on with the 11th house for Pisces, please, Spirit? What is going on with that 11th house for Pisces, please, Spirit? Okay, at the back of the deck, we have the Hanged, which is the Hanged Man in this deck, and it is upright. That's your energy suites. So the thing about this 11th house, I think I have lipstick on my teeth, my bad. The thing about that 11th house is I do see you going through a process of reinvention. Absolutely. We also got the Death card out here, but I see this being a confusing time. We don't need to rush the process, sweets. You're all moving at your own individual pace. In fact, a lot of you are moving at the right pace. So please, if there are people in your life who are rushing you and putting heavy expectations on you, they need to be aware of the fact that you're your own person and you're doing the best that you can. In June, I see things unraveling exactly as they are intended to, whether they happen really quickly or whether they happen very slowly. It's exactly as it is intended to, Pisces. The cards that came out for you were the Six of Wands in the reverse position with the Death card upright. My nose is doing weird things, so something from your past could be causing issues here. We also have the Seven of Cups in the upright position. So I see what's happening through this process of reinvention. We have confusion. We're like, what are we going to do though? How is this going to work out though? People are asking questions. Why is this happening? What do I say? What's actually going to happen? What do I choose to do? I think that the best thing you can do is feel like, listen, I don't have to answer to anybody. People are putting you in a tough position here, and I feel like at the end of the day, it's your narrative, sweets. I don't know why you're expected to give other people answers, but I think that that's what's contributing to the confusion for you. You have choices, and that should be liberating. Instead, it's making it very confusing because you feel like you need to have all your answers ready, either for others or at the very least for your own morbid curiosity. And the thing is, choices are very helpful for you now because you are reinventing. One door is closing, but as the next door opens, we don't need to have all the information yet. With the Six of Wands reversed, I see a lot of you kind of playing a low-key vibe in June, not wanting to put everything out there, not wanting everyone to know everything about you. And for a lot of you with the Six of Wands reversed, you're even going to go ghost mode here. You're going to put your accounts on private in terms of social media, and you're going to really just deflect the energy so that people aren't harshly sort of criticizing what you have going for you. I think that Six of Wands reversed is a feeling of just needing to kind of not be this glorified presence in other people's lives. I also see the Six of Wands reversed as you feeling like you've failed, when actually with the Death card here, you're transforming. You're saying goodbye to something and you're freeing yourself up for something new. So as we close this chapter and transition into a new area of our lives, we say goodbye to everything that we're leaving behind, not as a sense of loss and defeat, but as a sense of purpose. This purpose has ended. That purpose has ended. Their purpose in my life has ended. I'm not losing anything. I'm gaining space here for new opportunities. So let's get some advice about this situation for you. Pisces, what is the advice here for the 11th house, please, Spirit? What is the advice here for the 11th house? What is the advice? Okay. Ooh, some of you are reuniting with somebody. My days. What is the advice? Yeah. Back of the deck, we have passion. You also got a card that every sign has had, which is boundaries. So your advice with passion is to kind of just roll with the energy that life is giving you right now. I see that you're in a very receptive energy. You're in a very flexible energy. And sweets, you thrive under that kind of energy. Other people don't. Like practical people, like a Capricorn, for example, like an Aquarius, a logical Gemini might be like, how can you just do that? Aren't you scared? Like, what about the this, that, and this? An anxious Virgo might be like, wow, I can't imagine not having a plan. But that's exactly where you need to be. That's how you thrive. And I see with passion that what is meant for you is going to find you. I know that sounds cheesy. It's very overused, especially in tarot readings. But literally, Pisces, you and Sagittarius, you have that Jupiter energy down pat. What is meant for you will find you. So while you think you're floundering and you're losing and you're not sort of winning in the way that other people thought you were going to, you're exactly where you need to be. Opportunity will find you. You're going to be overwhelmed with opportunity, especially if you're having a hard time grounding something by way of romance. The right option is going to present, but in the meantime, have fun with it, roll with it, and let the right thing come to you. With reconciliation here upright, I do see your advice being to connect with the right people, okay? Reconciliation tells me that as we close one door, another door is opening, and it's not completely unfamiliar to us. We've been in this situation before. We've had to kind of do something similar before. So learn from what has happened before. And do what worked for you before as well. Connect with that energy again. What worked for you last time? What didn't work? What can we learn from? Who can be most helpful to us in this moment? Don't be afraid to get support from those who can be helpful. We also have well-being reversed. So I see that this is about recognizing your subjective well-being, not comparing yourself to others, and not letting other people tell you how to take care of yourself. You know what works works for you, Pisces. Don't let other people tell you what is best for you here. Boundaries reverse tells me that some of you do need to be more open in order to attract the right opportunity. This looks like putting yourself out there for some, while also this is just staying receptive, okay? If you're not ready to kind of put yourself out there, and I'm not seeing you being assertive, at the very least, stay receptive with boundaries reversed. Let's have a look at this third house energy last, Spirit, for Pisces. What is happening with this third house energy for Pisces? What is happening with this third house energy for Pisces? What is happening with this third house energy for Pisces? A Taurus could be playing a significant role, okay? We have the Ace of Wands that wanted to come out as well. We've got the Tower again, so holy heck. Communication issues, what is going on? Okay, so side note for those who are expanding their social circle or who may need to communicate with new people in June for whatever reason, whether this is due to job opportunities, collaborations, or you're just socializing and meeting new people, be aware of the fact that some people are struggling to kind of, what's the best word? Your communication skills seem to be struggling, okay? There seems to be issues here with putting out the right intention with what you are saying. You're struggling, listen to me, I'm struggling to communicate to people here. And these are people who you already had communication issues with, or people who don't know you well enough. So they don't understand what you're trying to communicate. They kind of need the words to come out of your mouth. But I see you struggling to put the two words together with this person. They could be a mother figure, a person in authority, or someone who you really respect, but you're struggling to convey that to them. You feel like you need to impress this person for some reason. We have the Knight of Discs as well, which says to me that it's going to take a lot of time to get on the right page here. And we also have the Moon card reverse. So this third house energy does have to do with community and communication. Now, it is feeling trialsome, difficult. Some of you are trying to make new friends and you're having trouble communicating with them. Others of you are trying to network and you're finding it hard to find your right community, while others of you are just experiencing Mercury retrograde issues in June. You're wanting to kind of connect, but you're having a hard time finding the right people and impressing them. It feels like with the Knight of Discs, slow and steady. I think that you're trying to rush a process that is fairly organic. You're trying to speed something up here when it just is going to take time. I also think with the Moon card reversed, the more honest you are, the quicker the outcome will improve. It's not about finding the right words, it's about conveying the right feelings. And sometimes you can do that with 3 words, sometimes it takes an essay of 1,000 words, you know? It's about conveying the right feeling here through communication, not necessarily chalking it up to match what they have to say. This person may be a talker and you're struggling to keep up. At the end of the day, just be honest and share your authentic feelings. This is only an issue in June because you feel like you need to impress this person. They feel like an in-law or someone who you really look up to. And with the Knight of Discs here, you're hoping for a positive, long-term, stable growth and improvement in your life and in your connection to them through what it is that you have to say. So this person, honestly, they don't know you well enough to understand that this is something you may struggle with. Just take your time and convey honest, open feelings. It's very interesting. It's so interesting. I feel like no two Pisces are this. I mean, like every sign, right? If it's just your sun sign, your other chart aspects kind of help people get a better understanding of you. But I just see that this issue isn't an issue for those who know you well. That's what you're like. But this person is not accepting that as the answer. So what is the advice here for Pisces, please? What is the advice here? We have Justice reversed. What is the advice here for Pisces? We have family. Yeah, that makes sense actually. People who know you well can help vouch for you as well. We have love. So if some of you are looking for a career and you're having a hard time connecting with the right employer, you may actually find a job through a family member who can kind of give you a good word. If you're having troubles connecting with a romantic partner or reaching the next stage because of you're having trouble talking about your feelings, I see mediation with a family member or someone who knows you well being helpful, because this person can kind of help explain what you're like and explain what you're trying to say. They can just help you feel more comfortable with talking as well. But I see that the goal here is we don't have balance, we don't have justice, we don't have a functioning partnership here. And so there are imbalances. Your communication styles are very different with this person, which is why you're struggling to be open, and they may be struggling to be open with you as well, Pisces. With passion reversed here, it feels like this is causing unnecessary amounts of frustration, and I don't think that chemistry is an issue, or I don't think that it's that this situation isn't right for us, but we are causing friction because we can't get the right message to this person. I think this could be an earth sign you're dealing with, and I think that for them it's no issue, like in the sense of like just say it, just say it, just say it is what I feel. But for you, you're like, it's not that simple actually. It's not that simple, like I'm trying. So your advice here is this friction isn't a true test of the connection that you have with them, but I think that at the end of the day, a loved one could be very helpful in helping you to get a leg up in the situation by either being a mediator or by vouching for your character, if this is a career situation. And with justice reversed, you have to kind of meet them halfway, but at the same time, like, it takes two to tango, sweets. It may be the imbalance is more so on their side, over assuming, over expecting, and wanting you to overreach, where they need to kind of meet you halfway as well. So just be aware of bringing balance into the situation, but don't try to overcompensate for something that you're already giving a lot to. That's what I see for you, Pisces, when it comes to June. It's been a very interesting reading, a lot of interesting key themes for you. If you felt this reading did not resonate 100%, you may have messages in your rising sign, or I want to say your sun sign, rising sign, maybe moon sign. See how you go, see where you're called to. Thank you so much for joining me, Pisces, and I shall connect with you in another video. Bye!